Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurrect Autos HQ. So today, guys, we are working on Dave's Ford Fiesta Vignale. We are going to start doing the clutch today. So a lot of stripping off, a lot of stripping down, just to get to it. So yeah, let's just get cracking. Let's get this Ford Cougar out the way. I have got to go and do this MOT this morning. I will let you know what happens with this one, guys. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we get no advisories. But it's a bigger car, a lot more stuff to happen, a lot more stuff to go wrong, and a lot more stuff to corrode underneath. But let's just see what happens with it. So let's get this out of the way for a minute. Let's bring Dave's Fiesta in, the Vignale. Let's get cracking with that. Let's do this. Right, so we have Dave's Vignale in the workshop to start the absolute mammoth task of doing everything whilst Dave is on holiday. So you can see me doing this. It's going to take a lot of stripping down the car. And then originally I did thought, do you know what? Let's just take the bloody engine out. But then I thought, no, I'll leave it. Let's just see how it goes. There should be enough room to sort of work around without taking the actual engine out. You know, it's a toss up whether or not it's worth just take it out or it's just, you know, just do it as it is. And I've got to be honest, I don't really want to take it out because you just don't know. You know, what would happen if you did. I know that I've done plenty of clutches and I know I've done plenty of timing belts. So we'll do the clutch first, get that done, get that back in. Because once you've stripped a lot of it down, it can stay stripped down whilst you're doing the timing belt and the water pump. So yeah, let's just crack on for the moment. I'll set you up. Let's just see how far we get today. Let's just do it. And yeah, you know, it wants a full service as well, so it's all going to get changed, it's all going to get stripped down, and you know, swap it over, give it a good service. It's got a little bit of oil, look, you can see it there, but you know, we're going to do it all anyway, so it don't really matter with it. But I'm going to clear the bench, and then I'm going to put all the parts that comes off this car is going to go over there, so I know exactly what I've got, where it goes. And stuff like that. So yeah, let's get cracking. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, making some really good progress at the minute on this one. Just doing the normal sort of pulling all the parts, taking it all apart just to get to the gearbox area. And obviously, you know, we've got to do I'm doing a oil change. We're doing an engine flush, oil change. And just, you know, the oil filter's just there, so the access is really quite good once you start taking all the parts, getting rid of all the bits and pieces. So yeah, slowly getting there, slowly getting there. A little bit more space on this gearbox than the previous ones that I've done. Drop the gearbox oil, that's there. The drain plug is at this bottom corner, you can see it, and the fill up point is here. So yeah, I always undo this one first just to make sure that it can be refilled. But you know, it's like 2018, I think it is, 18 plate, so everything seems to be sort of quite good, the bolts and stuff, so it's easy to undo. But yeah, that's the fill up point, it is up there, and that's the drain plug there. So I'm just letting it sort of drain out as much as I can, get rid of all of it then out of there. And yeah, so they've got good access underneath here now to this bell housing gearbox. All the bolts are there. Pulled the drive shafts as well, this side and that side, so they're out of the way. We've got the starter motor, which is up there, so we have to get right in the back, get the starter motor out the way as well, pop that off. And yeah, it's just a case of just removing the bolts around the gearbox, really. And then supporting the engine, supporting this, removing the gearbox mount as well, which is at the top. Oh! Underneath here, underneath the battery tray is the gearbox mount. So we'll get that out of the way, undo that, and then just start removing stuff and bits and pieces, really. But yeah, so far, so good. Let's continue getting this gearbox out. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, let me just cut in there quickly. You just see there, I'm just taking things apart. I've drained the coolant out and I've started to remove all the pipes, all the coolant bottle has to be removed because we've got to get in there and do the timing belt anyway. So I've took that off, removed the pipes here, removed some of these pipes here as well, got them out of the way because they was in my way a little bit. Disconnected the cables for the gearbox. You can see there, both cables been taken off. They're there, goes down to there. So that's been done. So I'm just going through the motions and getting everything taken away. The trouble is, let me just show you. I've got to take it up to show you because it's a bit of a pain, I've got to be honest. There's one bolt that's holding the gearbox to the engine for the bell housing. Let me show you which one it is. And it is an absolute nightmare to get to. And you can't get to it without removing other things. So it's... so you can just see it. It's just there, that bolt there. It goes that way. It's just up there. But I can't get that bolt out without removing this catalytic converter. That's got to be pushed forward, dropped forward and out of the way. Just to get to that bolt. It's an absolute nightmare, but it's got to be done. It's got to be taken out, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just one of them jobs where you've got to do something, you've got to remove something else. And it just goes on and on like that. But I'm getting there, guys. I'm going through it. But I have just come back, actually, from the MOT centre with the Ford Cougar. Let me show you the results with that. So there we go. Another one done. No advisories. That's what we want. And that's what the new owners want as well. And I want that for them, because there's no problems, you know, taking the car away. There's going to be no issues with it. And yeah, I get the odd issue with MOTs and stuff like that. But, you know, like those brake pads on that Cougar, if I didn't do those brake pads, that would have been an advisory. Actually, they're still sitting here, look, saying that. So they're quite thin. So I'm sure there would have been an advisory on that. Quite low. Look how low that one is. So yeah. But that's done. The Cougar is done. It's MOT'd. And it's actually sold as well. So yeah. On to the next one. But, you know, we've got to deal with this first. Let's get Dave's car done. All the work needs doing to that. And then we can move on to the next project. So... what? Yeah, let's just keep going. Like I said to you, I've got to get this catalytic converter pulled away now. I've started to take the heat shield off, and there's a bolt just under there. You can just see it, just that bolt. That no, this one here, this clamp here. So I've got to remove this top clamp, separate that, and then I can move that away, and it pulls forward, and then goes down. So that's the next job. And yeah, let's just keep going. But me stripping these bits and pieces off, I had to do it for the timing belt anyway, so I'm kind of doing, I feel like I'm doing two jobs at once. Yeah, so, but that's what it is, that's what it's all about. It's a lot of work to done with this car, and I'm just getting stuck in and getting it tore apart. So let's keep going, and yeah, let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, finally, absolutely, what a nightmare. You can see the catalytic converter is now away from there. And the reason why I had to do that was to get to one bolt that was, I couldn't get to. It was stuck right up there. There. So I had to pull that away to get to the bolt for the bell housing. That one's done now. So, and I've taken away the lower engine mount here. So that's done. I've got two more bolts up there I need to remove. And then I can support it with the two jacks. One for the engine, one for the gearbox. And then do all the top end stuff. I think there's one more bolt there. Plus the gearbox mount is there. Take that off. And then we should get to a point where it's, you know, starting to get the gearbox out so we can get the clutch done. But it is a job. I did this on Tom's car, changed his clutch, and it's more or less exactly the same. There's more or less the same work involved in doing it. It just, you know, it just takes time getting the process done. Taking bits and pieces off and sorting it out. But slowly, guys, I am getting there. Yeah, but unfortunately for today, I've run out of time. And that is going to be the end of part 1 on this Ford Fiesta Vignale for Dave. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop me a comment. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in part 2 tomorrow. So take care. See you soon. Thanks for watching.